It's time now for the Peter Channel News Morning Report, Saturday morning, September 6, 2014. Welcome to this Saturday morning, September 6, 2014. It's 8:30 a.m. and here are our news headlines. Here, top story at 8:30 is in Moscow, where Ukraine's increasingly bloody conflict went on hold on Friday after the government and then pro-Russian rebels signed a ceasefire deal that at least temporarily solidified the insurgents' territorial gains. The emergence of terrorism in a new form has set terrorism of anxiety around the globe. ISIS, the self-proclaimed Islamic State caliphate, has been defied the media of terror by combining relentless barbarism with military skill, religious bigotry. In Kingston, Jamaica, an oil slick has been detected on the waters where a private plane crashed off the coast of Jamaica Friday where the records plane has not been found. Jamaican Defense Force said Friday evening. The peninsula of Alabama is good news for the long-suffering web portal Yahoo, which owns about a quarter of the Chinese commerce of e-commerce giant. Beirut, Syrian war planes hit a bakery run by Islamic State in the city of Raqqa, killing at least 17 people in the raids on Saturday, and also hit a major trade camp used by the group for a second day, running the group monitor the war said. Sierra Leone will impose a 4-day country-wide lockdown starting September 18 in escalation of efforts to halt the spread of the Ebola across the West African country, a senior official of the president's office said on Friday. Our revitalized NATO is already facing it its first test of retrogression on the same day it wrapped up this critical summit in Wales. People more than death than their family member killed after one moving house collapsed due to the heavy rain in Lahore, Pakistan on Friday, as monsoon rains killed 110 in Pakistan, 108 in India. A flight to Dubai charter plane from Bagram Air Force Base in Afghanistan to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, was more than 100 American citizens on board landed in Iran Friday because of a bureaucratic issue, according to the U.S. In Cairo, Egypt, Egypt's still post-president Mohamed Morsi will be tried on charges of giving catered documents released into the national security, the state prosecutor said it on Saturday. Hawaii County Mayor Billy Kenway cited an emergency proclamation over concerns that the offensive lava flow of the Kenway volcano could reach a habitable within 5 to 7 days. In Corvallis, Oregon, authorities say late-night wildfire turned from the suppression of this Oregon city forced the evacuation of more than 200 homes. The fictional character Slender Man has inspired another horrific crime, but according to the report from the New York Daily News, a 14-year-old girl set her family's house on fire and endangered her mother and sibling were asleep beside. A surprising drop in hiring and the number of people seeking work in the August sent a reminder that U.S. economic recovery is still part of the temporary slowdowns. Dollar General Corporation spared twice in its attempt to acquire Family Dollar Stores Incorporated is now plotting its next move. The company said yesterday that it remains committed to $9.1 billion cash offer for Family Dollar and is working with financial advisor. An unemployed claims the screen in Lenovo's new Yoga 2 convertible computer showed that the IFA Consumer Electronics showed a billion on September, as Intel spurs market for laptop tablet convertibles, but do users care? Technology website Rico has revealed in a recent report that Apple has apparently worked out a partnership with two bigwig U.S. drug retail chains, Walgreens and CVS, for the use of its new iPhone payment platform in brick-and-mortar stores. From Pioneer to playing catch-up, how Motorola lost its edges on Sunday night at Hilton Hotel on New York City on April 3rd, 1973. Martin Cooper made a phone call that changed the landscape of communication forever. She wasn't hardly an ornamental presence on stage, just Joan Rivers was an abrasive force with that microphone, a rapid-fire joke, and an insult machine who went from one delicate topic to another. The Toronto Film Festival honored the actor with a special day dedicated to all things Murray. For those of you who weren't aware, Friday, September 5th was Bill Murray Day at Toronto Film Festival. Hollywood's united against cancer on Friday night as Gwyneth Paltrow, Katie Couric, Reese Witherspoon, Pierce Brosnan, Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, John Hamm, Sofia Vergara, Jessica Alba, and Kevin Bacon were just some of the names to take part in this telethon in the fight against cancer. Blue whales have successfully recovered from near extinction, but they now face new danger. Blue whales in the waters off the California are making a comeback as population numbers the largest animals on the Earth rebound. The jets of water fired by the archer fish are turned to shoot down the prey with a maximum force over a variety of distances. A team of more than 60 scientists around the world have sequenced the genome of the coffee plant. They also discovered genes for caffeine. A group of Texas Tech students are learning the true meaning of the gift this week as they take their gifts for textiles for a gift for a family in need. A hospital in Quincy, Illinois has been barred children under 12 from visiting the facility until further notice through an outbreak of a known respiratory virus that has affected more than 70 young children in the area, hospital officials said on Friday. Wearing a bra does not cause breast cancer. Study this might come as good news to many women. A new study focused on bras and breast health, published by the journal Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention, has found that there is no link. Take a look at our sports. Serena Williams Russia's Katerina Makarova to remain on course for her third successive U.S. Open title. The 32-year-old woman number one power to a 6-1, 6-3 victory in exactly an hour. She closed on a sixth title in New York City. Texas Rangers manager Ron Washington resigns. Michigan State coach Buck D'Antoni has built this partnership with a championship contender to the 7.5 years of the East. Let's boast on a 6-5 record as Michigan State progression the marquee national matchup of Oregon. And the Boston Red Sox defeat the Toronto Blue Jays in a 10-inning game at Fenway Park, 9-8 there. And take a look at our local high school football scores around the Attleboro area. It was King Philip over East Bridgewater, 14-6. Dartmouth over Attleboro, 42-27. Canton over Bishop Fien, 24-14. Seacock over Case, 48-27. Danton Rehoboth over Bourne, 20-0. Foxborough 28. Westwood 2. Peter Channel News Time, 8:35. Time now for a little traffic report on this Saturday morning here, and check a look back to the smooth sailing and highways and byways around New England there. And there are 2 accidents to be reported here. One accident is on Route 146 on the southbound side near Route 122 south on Route 146 south. So traffic accident by eyes. You are good to go on this Saturday morning. And now take a look at our weather picture here on this Saturday morning here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts. We got a temperature at 8:36 a.m. It's 77 degrees, overcast skies, humidity 85%, wind speed southwest about 6 miles per hour, barometer 20.95, and inches dew point 72 degrees, and visibly 8 miles, and it's heated at 78 degrees. It is a steamy start to your Saturday morning here. As take a look at our current conditions around the region here. 78 degrees at temperature right now in Boston. It's 79 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Bedford, 78 in Beverly, 73 in Gloucester, 74 in Haverhill. We got a 75 degree temperature reading for Worcester, 78 in Norwood, 77 in Taunton and Plymouth, 74 in New Bedford, 73 in Falmouth and Chatham and Provincetown, 69 in Boston Harbor, 72 in Cape Cod Bay, 73 in Martha's Vineyard, 71 in Nantucket, 74 in Montauk, 76 in Islip, 77 in New York City, 73 in Blockhead, 75 in Wesley and Providence, and in Smithfield, 77 in Bridgeport, 76 in New Haven, 75 in Danbury, 73 in Waterbury, Connecticut. It's 76 in Meriden, Connecticut, and Hartford, Connecticut, 77 in Windsor Locks, 76 in Springfield, 69 in Amherst, 73 in Greenfield, 73 in Pittsfield, 71 in North Adams, it's 74 in Albany, New York, 71 in Bennington, 68 in Brattleboro, Vermont. It's 73 in Keene, New Hampshire, 73 in Jeffrey, New Hampshire, 73 in Concord, New Hampshire, 71 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 77 in Nashville, New Hampshire, and it is 74 degrees on temperature right now up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here, take a look at our map. Situation shows the station front through the Fort Worth region in western Texas Panhandle, down for Oklahoma and Merthyr and Cold Front for the North Arkansas, stretching it out for Ohio Valley, down for the Great Lakes, and then up to eastern Ontario, up to Quebec, and a station front from Saskatchewan, stretching it out with Cold Front from southern Manitoba up to Ontario. Yeah, followed by down for the Washington, Oregon coastline, followed by from north central Mexico, and followed by from coastal South Carolina down for north central Florida here. And we got high pressure in the Yellowstone Valley, western Nebraska, eastern Ontario, and western Virginia there. And low pressure southern Utah and north central Mexico here. 72 degrees at temperature right now in Pittsburgh, 77 in Washington, D.C., 74 out in Atlanta, 82 in Miami, 78 in Brownsville, Texas, 77 in Dallas, Texas, 56 out in Kansas State, 50 in Omaha, Nebraska, 60 in Chicago, 52 in Minneapolis, 51 in Denver, Colorado, 66 in Salt Lake City, 87 in Phoenix, 65 in Albuquerque, 77 in Las Vegas, 67 out in Los Angeles, 61 in San Francisco and in Seattle, and 45 out of Great Falls, Montana. So, here in the East Coast, we are off to a steamy start this morning, while the Midwest is off to a fall-like start to this morning with temperatures in the 40s and the 50s here. Okay, let's take a look at our radar. Situation here shows a lot of showers that start from eastern Quebec, stretching up to north central Maine, and stretching out for southern Quebec, eastern Ontario, and down for northern and western portions of New York State. And down in some rain showers around the Cleveland area, and a lot of rain showers in central Indiana, with some storms stretching from Indiana, down for Illinois, and down for Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, down for Oklahoma, down for western Texas, and north central Mexico, and northern Mexico. And spotty showers and storms from down the Gulf States, and stretching it out for northern and southern Florida, and stretching it out for coastal Georgia, and then off the coastal Carolinas here. And a few rain showers on northern Utah and south central portions of Saskatchewan here. And Manitoba here. Satellite loop here, and it shows Line of clouds coming from eastern Quebec, stretching about the north of New England, down from the eastern Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley, down from Missouri, down from Oklahoma, down from western Texas. A line of clouds coming from a bunch of Mexico. Here in a line of rain clouds coming from South Carolina and southern Georgia, down from Northern and southern portions of Florida. Here. And take a look at our what is brewing in the tropics here. Okay, let's take a look at a forecast discussion around the country here. A change in weather pattern for much of the country. Pleasant weather across the Midwest and the Great Lakes and showers and storms are returning to the southwest of Texas. As the upper area pattern is beginning to hit and starts to fall with more amplitude in the jet stream, as this will send a cold front southeast wind across the eastern United States. After several days of hot and humid weather from the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic States, more pleasant temperatures expected beyond this front as winds turn more normally deliver quality air mass for much of the central and eastern United States by Sunday, and scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely ahead of the front. On a few of these storms could be strong and severe at times. Moisture and rainfall potential will be on the increase for the desert, southwest, and Texas this weekend. A few convective complexes are forecast to develop across New Mexico and western Texas with local heavy rainfall for Saturday evening across Arizona and eastern California. Some moisture from Hurricane Norman is likely to add some shower and storm active along with a monsoon moisture from Mexico. Elsewhere across the United States, a weak disturbance over the southeast United States should help promote an active period for shower and thunderstorm development mainly during the afternoon hours, and areas of convection may occur along with a local sea breeze boundaries, but a positive northwest weather conditions prevail as high pressure remains over the region there. And take a look at the forecast discussion. Nope, here we are. And before that, let's take a look at what is brewing in the tropics here. A weak area of low pressure near the coast of Georgia continues to produce cloudiness and showers. Many over the Atlantic coastal waters, the development system appears unlikely and drifts northeastward over the southeast United States during the next couple of days after the sun. This system could merge with a frontal zone and over the West Atlantic Ocean. Formation chance for forecast low near 0%. Formation chance for 5 days low near 10%. There. In disturbance number 2, shower activity is associated with an area of low pressure a few hundred miles west-southwest of the Cape Verde Islands has increased and become a little better organized this morning. However, significant development in this system is not expected due to its unfavorable dry air mass that prevails over the tropical Atlantic Ocean. And formation chance for 4 hours, low 10% formation chance for 5 days, low 10%. And a tropical wave is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa by late Sunday. Environmental conditions could support slow development of this system early next week, while it moves toward the west-northwest over the eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low news percent for formation chance for 5 days. Medium about 30%. And the latest on Hurricane Norman is a Category 3 storm at a central location, 24.8 to the north, 113.8 to the west. Here maps the same winds, 120 miles per hour. Movement northwest about 8 miles per hour. Yeah. And it's public advisory. The latest public advisory on Norbert. Norbert moving parallel to the west coast of Baja California Peninsula. Summary at 5 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 24.8 to the north, 113.8 to the west. About 95 miles, 155 kilometers of Cabo San Lazaro, Mexico, and about 220 miles, 360 kilometers south-southeast of Puerto Eugenia, Mexico, and Mexico same winds, 120 miles per 195 kilometers an hour, and person movement northwest of 315 degrees at 8 miles per 13 kilometers an hour. Midwest central pressure 957 millibars at 20.26 inches here. Changes with this advisory. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Santa Fe to Puerto Eugenia and San Silvestre to Laredo. For some information specific to your area, please monitor the products issued by your National Meteorological Service. At 5 a.m. Pacific time, 12 in the UTC, the eye of Hurricane Norman was located near latitude 24.8 to the north, 130.8 to the west, longitude. The Norman is moving toward the northwest near 8 miles per 13 kilometers an hour. The general northwestward motion will decrease in far speed expected during the next couple of days. On the forecast tracker, the central Norman will be moving parallel to the west coast of the Baja California Peninsula throughout the weekend. As maximum same winds will be at 120 miles per 195 kilometers an hour with higher gusts. Norman is a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Weekdays should begin later today tonight when that center Norman reaches cooler waters. Hurricane force winds extend upwards to 45 miles per hour, 75 kilometers an hour from the center, and tropical force winds extend upwards up to 140 miles, 220 kilometers. The estimated minimum central pressure 957 millimeters, 26 inches. Wind tropical storm conditions are expected to continue spreading northward within the tropical storm warning areas at Sunday. Rainfall normally is expected to produce additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches over the southern part of the California Peninsula at Sunday. Estimated maximum total amounts of 10 inches are possible. Surf, large swells associated with this normally affected portions of the southwestern Gulf, close to the Mexico and the southern portion of the Gulf of California should gradually subside. Large swells affected the course of the southern Baja California Peninsula will spread north along the west coast of the peninsula throughout the weekend. The swells produce dangerous surf and rip currents. Let's take a look at a forecast discussion around the New England. A cold front will sweep throughout the area today with showers and thunderstorms. High pressure behind the cold front will be dry, weather near seasonable temperatures tomorrow. Few showers are possible at times Tuesday, next Friday, but the majority of the period will likely feature dry weather just below normal temperatures early in the week, may moderate up to a bit above normal by next Thursday and Friday. And we have stratus low clouds covered by western and southern sections of the region early this morning, and it has result of deep low-level moisture that has been transported northward. It should see these low clouds burn up by late morning as the sun begins to go to work on them. Given this cloud erosion, still expect plenty of time for the dissipation throughout the day as dew points made in the low 70s and a cold front moves in from the northwest. Models have slowed its progression just a bit with the latest reds that by time pops accordingly. Suggestion convection starts in the northwest between noon and 18 Z, solar airs by 18 to 20 Z, and then close to the south coast by 20 Z after. Aside from the temperature changes, not too much change in the expected from the convection expected to fire along this front. The assimilation looks like to be yield about 2,000 plus JKG of southbound Cape with a much diminished email supported last weight between 6.0 and 6.56 kilometers, so plenty of juice to work with unless the stratus takes a bit longer to diminish. The primary issue still remains torrential rainfall with it, principally a localized flash flooded, perhaps near 2.0 inches, 2.3 STD deviations above normal. Deep, warm, clouded depths and low magnitude curvature vectors, somewhat heavy rain after this. Convection wind and possibly of some slow movement and even back middle storms and rainfall rates at 2.0 inches or more in an hour are not out of the question. This could easily cause localized flash flooded, especially if native storms still over the urban area and an area where drainage is typically poor. Regarded very potential with plenty of ability to work with. The fact that it still looks like a shear lags that a few hours behind the frontal passage may not quite as much, still not about 25 knots of a 0.6 kilometer shear ahead of the front, and it's not out of the question a short period where 30-40 knots coincide with aid. In spirit, at a low level, the boundary region is somewhat of a strong and discrete storm. These cells may lie ahead of what might be a line of convection and mesoscale models are hinting at. The primary issue remains strong gusty winds from elevated course, potentially surrounding wet microbursts or shallow inverted V soundings, or a straight line along with an organized band. However, modest hail cape around 500 JKGs could produce some isolated severe hail should rotate enough just become apparent. Finally, do not note that with the onset of stronger shear later, there is a brief sparkling near SFC hallucinating each side thanks to the high dew points support of low locals. Our brief tornado is not in discussion. All this factors a good agreement at SPC day 1 probabilities. There. Okay, take a look at the weather notes that I took down here, that I jotted down. Oppressive dew points this morning. North and western Boston Sea 89 to 91 degrees. Worcester County 85 to 90 degrees. South Shore 82 to 90 degrees. And heavy rain, flash flood along with large severe weather that's possible this afternoon here. Hot and humid weather combined with a cold front crest of the WC lead to thunderstorm development this afternoon and evening from southwest, northwest to southeast. And this is the time in western Massachusetts, southwestern New Hampshire from noon to 8 p.m. Northern Connecticut and central Massachusetts from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and eastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and southeast Massachusetts, including Cape Cod, from 6 p.m. to midnight. Here, heavy rain, flash flood and torrential rainfall possible today. Storms, some storms mean slow movement, some storms produce up to 3 inches at a short time. This could lead to localized flash flooding, especially in urban areas, and some severe potential. Some storms could produce strong gusty winds, small hail, also possible, actually, weak tornado possible, and frequent lightning also likely here with these storms there. And today's highs are going to be 90 for Boston, 87 for Worcester, 89 for Hartford, 88 for New York City, 79 for Albany, 76 for Rutland, 85 for Concord, and 85 for Portland. So it'll be 76, 90 degrees at temperature high. And take a look at our view from the outside here. And it's a steamy start to your morning here. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Take a look at the hazardous weather outlook first, and then moving on to the 7-day forecast. Here. Excuse me. Day 1 today and tonight. Line of showers and thunderstorms will sweep across the region from northwest to southeast between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. this afternoon and evening. Torrential rainfall will be the strongest storms may result in very localized flash flood events in mainly urbanized areas. In addition, a few of the thunderstorms may become severe, producing locally damaging wind gusts and perhaps an isolated weak port of a large hail. There will also be a low probability of a very brief weak tornado. So, for our forecast for today, we'll go like this. A chance of showers and thunderstorms may after 5 p.m. Thunderstorms produce some severe levels with some parts of the sky high near 89 degrees southwest, wind about 7 to 11 miles per hour, gust size 23 miles per hour, precipitation 30%. New rainfall amounts less than 7 inches, checks amount possible in thunderstorms. For the night, showers and thunderstorms likely mainly before 11 p.m. Some storms produce severe with hail, gusty winds, and heavy rain, and patchy clouds between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. and otherwise most clouds cause a low and 65 degrees and light and variable wind, precipitation 70%. New rainfall amounts between the 10 coordinated checks amounts possible in thunderstorms. For Sunday, most clouds and gradually becoming sunny skies high near 79 degrees and north wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Sunday night, most of the coast skies will low and 52 degrees and light and variable wind. Monday, sunny skies near 72 degrees. North wind about 5 to 9 miles per hour. Monday night, slight chance of showers after 2 a.m. Podcast skies low 56 degrees and precipitation 20%. Tuesday, chance of showers after 7 a.m. and most clouds high near 71 degrees, chance of precipitation 30%. Tuesday night, most clouds low 57 degrees. Wednesday, most clouds high near 73 degrees. Wednesday night, most clouds low 60 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers, most clouds high near 67 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday night, chance of showers, most clouds low 62 degrees and chance of precipitation 40%. And Friday, parts of the sky under 81 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the day! A stormy day on tap. This is PJ with you. Have a good day with a good positive attitude. I'll be see you at 5 o'clock with an evening report. Have a good day with a good positive attitude. Here.